Now, welcome back, darlings. This week we've got this glorious E46 M3, which I absolutely love the shape of. Unfortunately, it's come back from the body shop in a worse state than when it went in, and that's what I'm here to sort out in this video. So first up, giving it a wash to prepare the surface, and I've been using FenLab Pure Rinseless as a shampoo, so that's at 1 to 500 instead of 1 to 250, and I'm also using that as the lubricant for the Forever G3 clay mitt. Typically I don't use that clay mitt because it does an awful lot of marring. However, as we're about to see, the state that it's come out from the body shop, that's not such an issue because you've got scratching like this, which looks like 150 grit, doesn't it? And all this hazing, constant pigtails, and orange peel and the works. You can't believe it's come out of the body shop looking like this, can you? Do you want? I'm going to let the pictures do the talking and I'll catch up with you in a minute. Now, if you managed to pick your jaw up off the floor, I'm going to just show you this last little bit here with the orange peel before I start taking some paint readings. Now, it's critical on cars that you know have been repainted. It's important anyway, but when you know a car has been repainted, and that certainly has, hasn't it? It's really, really important to be thorough and map out where the different thicknesses in paints are, because the tops of the wing clearly hadn't had an awful lot done to them, but the arches had. And then as I work my way around the entire vehicle, I build up a bigger picture of where the different thicknesses are and where I'm going to have to be careful and where I need to focus on. Now, some people will have tackled this heavy orange peel with a rotary and a cutting disc. I really don't get on with the rotary, and I find this much more controllable. So I'm wet sanding here with 2000 grit on a Rupes X-Cut disc using the Auto Finesse hand puck, and I take it off that eventually when I need to just do a little bit more work in the contours. So I'm going with the 2000 grit first, and then when I'm happy with the kind of the finish I'm getting, I'm then going to level that down with 3000 grit. You can see in a minute there's a big difference between the level of haze with the 2000 grit and then the 3000 grit. So this is the 2000, and then this is what it looks like with 3000. It's very, very different, isn't it? And I'm kind of another angle on that 3000. It just looks like hazy paint by that point. So to tackle this, I'm trying the Rupes Yellow Foam 3-inch pad with Scholl S20 Black. And I'm doing that on my Dash 6 Pro here. You know, when I flip around on the other side of the car, you're going to see I'm using a variety of different polishes. That's because that footage was when I was doing the review of my Interdetailing polishes, as you can see up in the top right. So at that point, I was changing the polishes way more than I would do normally. However, you can easily get away with like a nano polisher and the 3-inch pad on a smaller machine. Now, I wouldn't go with the Dash 6 Pro. Now that I've used the DA8 from Interdetailing, I realise how much better that is than the Dash 6 Pro. But the combination of the pad and polish here, you can see it's really, really taking out all of that hazing. And to the point, actually, I'm going to show you a quick before and after right now, and then I'm going to leave you to it and let you watch on. Alright, so now we're actually a couple of days later, and I'm looking at the right hand side. You can really see, I'll give you a better illustration on video of what the condition of this paint was like using the paint inspection tool. That's a Sealy one, by the way, really good. The retails for between about £50 or £60. There's a link to that and the other interdetailing polishes, etc. below, and all the equipment in general. But I find that torch is incredibly good. Charges off USB-C as well, so that's a real benefit. You can kind of use as your universal charger for your phone or whatever. Anyway, same process, 2000 grit, followed by 3000 grit, and this time I think I've got the solution I'm using as the lube for the pad, for the sanding pad. It just happens to be in the spray bottle, but it is still the FedLab. And again, same pad and polish combination, but now I'm using a different polisher. This is the DA8, but you'll see me switch between this, the DA12, which is a 3-inch pad, and the force rotation. Now I don't use the nano on this wing, and partly it is because the force rotation continues to spin and doesn't stall. I've been able to use that in some of those more detailed areas where I was having to break out the nano last time. Plus I got the benefit of this side, I could take the grill out, the other side it was stuck in. So there are some benefits, aren't there? So here what we're looking at is pigtails from sanding. So it's poor sanding. So all I'm going to do is finish the sanding job. So I'm going to do the wet sanding again, and then 2000 grit, 3000 grit, and then polish. And I know that combination is coming out on this paint, so why not stick with it? Just finish doing that sanding job properly. as I'm just finishing off here, and you can see the levels of gloss that I've managed to achieve, which look fantastic. And the slightly dubious motions in the background in the reflections of me using my Lake Country pad washer. I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and hope you learned something. Hope it's shown you that wet sanding doesn't need to be scary, and I will see you in the next one. Cool, thank you very much for watching. See you soon.